definitely exercise that without getting influenced by any considerations, particularly monetary considerations. That's what I understood when I spoke to him about this. Today he is taking this effort a step further to the local level, at the regional level. I think the first song was released in Hindi. It was a great hit. Now he wanted to bring it in Telugu so that it can reach large number of masses. I am sure he will be a great success, and the people who are associated with this song, definitely it will transform the way people look at voting as their fundamental right, voting as a wonderful, the kind of value it has in the democratic process. I once again compliment J.V. Rao and his team for his efforts. I'm sure it will be a great success, and I'm sure he will continue to make his efforts to take it to other regions also, in other languages also.
Most importantly, that you started off as a democratic country with the largest written constitution, concepts borrowed from all over the world, right from Canada, Switzerland, Germany, Russia, Ireland, of course Magna Carta of UK, and maybe 3-4 other countries. I think there are 11 countries' constitutions which were studied before our constitution has been written. So our founding fathers really sweated it out to put a fabulous piece of legislation for us to rule ourselves. After all, democracy is by the people, for the people, and of the people, and it is basically a rule of law. As long as rule of law doesn't come about in as simple and as robust way as the founding fathers thought, I think we are still a work in progress with lot of work yet to be done. Now, one of the best ways to do it is let the right to vote be utilized properly. You know, it took more than 2.5 centuries, or even I think 4 or 5 centuries, for the Britishers to give voting rights to women. And those women who used to fight for their voting rights were called suffragettes. A lot of them died, a lot of them were put to prison. There is a lot of hassle, really. Whereas in India, universal adult franchise came about just like that. India did recognize that women and men are equal, and at the year of age, when they cross 18 years, they are good enough to exercise their brain, to cast their vote and choose their government. And later, it was 21 years at the beginning, now it has been reduced to 18 years very rightfully. So friends, there are the other good thing. There are so many states, so many union territories, all of them with different languages, different cultures, yet we combine together so nicely. Which other country can boast of these things? I do not know. I do not know if there is any other country which can combine so easily. How was India formed? More than 549 princely states had to coalesce into India. Of course, there are 2 or 3 places where a little force was necessary, but let me assure that they are all very nominal. And India is a great country which got itself into a vibrant democracy with a process that was almost unobservable, or let us say unobtrusive, a great democracy. Let us make it greater by exercising our right to vote and exercising our franchise. And as my worthy friend Ajay Mishra said, or GD said, Ashok said, I do not know, but if one member of the family is influenced positively in this regard, I think things will change drastically. That is always the case. Now I don't want to talk further. It's been an extraordinary pleasure meeting all of you, and thanks to
Mr. Ramki, Mr. Yashwin, please join us at the stage.
साइड ले लो पहले लेने के बाद हम नहीं ओपन ओपन दादा मेरे को देगा
Very big hand.
Sir, down. Right. मैं खुद ही एंगल के चला అన్న ఓకేనా అన్న
Good morning to all of you. Sri S.K. Joshi ji, Ajay Mishra ji, Deshmukh, Sudhala Shakteja garu, Yashi Krishna, Vidyasagar garu, Bhaskar garu. Friends and press personnel, good morning to all. Talking about independence and democracy is never easy, especially if we look at these aspects with an open mind. As Ambedkar ji has said, it is only a beginning and we have already traveled 75 years. Democracy.
మీడియా మిత్రులకి అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వక శుభాకాంక్షలు. ముందుగా జీవిరావు గారికి థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పుకోవాలి. ఎందుకంటే ఇంత గొప్ప అవకాశం నాకు ఇవ్వడం, నా గాడ్ ఫాదర్ సుద్దాల శక్తేజ గారు రాయడం ఈ పాట. అన్నయ్య సాహిత్యంలో నేను దాదాపు ఒక 800 పాటలు పైగా చేశాను. కానీ ఇలాంటి ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయడం అనేది నా పూర్వజన్మ సుకృతం అనుకుంటాను. ఒక సోషల్ అవేర్నెస్ కోసం చేసినటువంటి ప్రయత్నం ఇది. మీరంతా తప్పకుండా ఆదరిస్తారని నేను ఆశిస్తున్నాను. అలాగే ఇది లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ హిందీలో చేశాం. ఈ పాటని కైలాష్ కేర్ గారితో పాడించడం జరిగింది. మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు మన తెలుగు గాయకుడు రామ్కీతో చేయడం జరిగింది. తప్పకుండా ఈ పాట మీ అందరినీ ఆకట్టుకొని ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ ఓటును సద్వినియోగం చేసుకుంటారని ఆశిస్తూ నాకు ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన పెద్దలకి అందరికీ థ్యాంక్స్ చెప్పుకుంటున్నాను.
Looking people's participation in a quantitative manner, we are close to 70% of voting, which is remarkable achievement. Therefore, at this stage, it is time to improve the quality of voting. The quality of voting in India. In the past, many attempts were made to bring people to exercise their vote and vote to best candidates. Continuing on this ongoing process, and as conscious citizens, we made a small attempt here by creating a beautiful song. This is a song about our people, their rights, their powers as citizens of free country, and importantly, their responsibilities which go along with their rights. One of the objectives to take the message to every nook and corner of the country to educate youngsters, as youth are our future and strength of our country will carry on the legacy. The song starts with adult franchise, India's development over the years and progress in elections which will result in people's victory. A country truly of people, by the people and the people. I will read out some of the measures which you have not discussed earlier. I'll read out some of the measures to strengthen the voting. We need to educate our children from school level about the sanctity of the Constitution and sanctity of the vote. Please, journalists, this is a very important phrase of speech. We have to be carefully listen to this. We need to educate children from school level about the sanctity of the Constitution and sanctity of vote, especially from the intermediate level, the oath of allegiance to the Constitution to be administered to each and every student on the first day of the year. We have to include a chapter on the value and importance of the vote, how it determines the country's progress, how it is important to national integration, how it affects every citizen's life. If vote is not effectively casted, how society disintegrates and related social upheavals, law and order issues, protection to life and property. Every citizen, especially educated, should resolve themselves to help strengthen our democracy. It took centuries to come to this far, to bring democracy to the present form, but will not take much time to destroy it. It's an everyday fight for all to protect democracy. Democracy is much more than pressing a button on the ballot. It goes beyond election results. Democracy is a way of life whose delicate social foundations we have to protect every day. Elected leaders' empathy to the problems of society is widely noticed in India and developing countries. We have to fight that empathy to save our democracy. I am thankful to my friends and Suddal Ashok Teja Garu, Yashu Krishna and Ramki. I am also thankful to the sponsors. Life does not give many chances to give something to the people and the country. I am blessed by the God for giving me a small opportunity. I am overwhelmed with joy that I am talking to you about a patriotic song. Thank you.
అభిమతాన్ని ఆలోచనల్ని కూడా ఈ పాట దాచుకుంది, తన అక్షరాలుగా పేర్చుకుంది. అంటే ఇట్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ నాట్ మేడ్ బై మీ, నేను మాత్రమే తయారు చేసినటువంటి పాట. త్రిపులార్లో కుంభమయ్యాల పాట ఎవరు రాసారంటే నేను మాత్రమే అని చెప్పొచ్చు, కుమరం భీములో నేను రాసాను చెప్పొచ్చు. కానీ ఈ పాటకు వచ్చేసరికి ఆ మేధస్సుల నుంచి ఉదయించినటువంటి ఉషస్సు నా యొక్క వర్చస్సుగా ఇవాళ మీకు కనబడుతుంది. ఇందులో ఈ అక్షరాలకు నేను రాసిన తర్వాత, ముందు ట్యూన్ ఇస్తే రాసే రోజులు ఇవి, కానీ నేను రాసిన తర్వాత మిస్టర్ యశోక్ కృష్ణ ప్లీజ్ స్టాండ్ అప్. రామ్కి గాయకుడు, సింగర్ గాయక్. నేను రాసిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు దాన్ని ట్యూన్ చేసి ఈ పాటను పాడడం జరిగింది. దీన్ని ఆంగ్లంలో ఇదివరకే విడుదల చేయడం జరిగింది. ఇప్పుడు తెలుగు నాట, తెలుగు నోట, తెలుగు వాళ్ళ ఓటు గురించి మనం ఈ ఉత్సవానికి వచ్చినాం. అనేక వ్యాపారాత్మకమైనటువంటి పాటలు రాస్తున్న శకంలో మేము ఉన్నాం. అలాంటి రచయితనిగా నన్ను స్వీకరించి, అన్న మీరు ఇది బాగా రాస్తారు, ఇది మీరు రాస్తే బాగుంటుంది అనే ఉద్దేశం చేత నన్ను సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకోవడం, నేను అది రాయడం. జీవి రావు గారితో పాటు మిశ్రా గారు, జోషి గారు, ఇంకా పెద్దలందరూ దాన్ని బాగుందని చెప్పిన తర్వాతనే రికార్డ్ చేశాం. ఇది ఇంటింటికి వెళ్ళాల్సినటువంటి పాట. ఏమో ఏ పుట్టలో ఏ పాముందో అని కాదు, కానీ ఏ పుట్టలో ఏ వాల్మీకి ఉన్నాడో, ఏ పుట్టిలో ఏ వ్యాసుడున్నాడో చెప్పుకుంటూ వెళితే ఇంట్లో ఒక్కరు మారిన ప్రజాస్వామ్యం యొక్క ముఖ చిత్రం మారిపోతుంది. ఒక్కరు మారి, ఒక్క స్కూల్కి వెళ్ళే విద్యార్థి ఇది నిజమే అనుకుంటే వాళ్ళ అమ్మను కన్విన్స్ చేస్తాడు. అమ్మను కన్విన్స్ చేస్తే అయ్య కన్విన్స్ కావడం అనేది న్యాచురల్, సహజంగా జరిగిపోయే ప్రక్రియ. కాబట్టి ఇది సుధాకర్ జీవిరావు గారు చెప్పినట్టు పిల్లల హృదయాల్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి, యువకుల్లోకి వెళ్ళాలి, అక్కడి నుంచి మహిళల్లోకి, అమ్మల్లోకి రావాలి, ఆ తర్వాత భారతీయ ఆత్మగా మారాలి. ఓటు కిసీకి జాగీర్ नहीं होती, वो बेचने के लिए और खरीद करने के लिए. అలాంటి ఒక వజ్రాయుధం లాంటి పాట. నా ఓటే నా ఆయుధం, అనే శీర్షికన రాసిన ఈ పాటను మీరు వినడము ఆనందించడము కాదు, ప్రజల్లోకి తీసుకెళ్ళేటువంటి మాధ్యమాలుగా, మా నోళ్ళుగా, మా కళ్ళుగా ఉన్నటువంటి మీడియాని, ప్రెస్ని నేను రిక్వెస్ట్ చేస్తూ ఈ అవకాశం ఇచ్చిన పెద్దలకి, ముఖ్యంగా తమ్ముడు జీవిరావు గారికి కృతజ్ఞతలు తెలియజేస్తూ, గాయకుడిని, మ్యూజిక్ డైరెక్టర్ని అభినందిస్తూ సెలవు.
And IAS officer, please.
I need this actually. Mr. G.V. Rao, Ajay Mishra ji, S.K. Joshi ji, Ashok Siddhala, Ashok Teja ji, Vidyasagar ji, Vaishnav ji, Govind Rao ji, dignitaries who are present here, esteemed pressmen, and all others who have immense interest in a very important topic which has been thrown up for a debate by Shri G.V. Rao, Ashok Teja and others combined. I really congratulate them because a very vibrant and healthy democracy requires a mature and well-informed, commonsensical electorate too. Now, the basic theme of this entire workshop, as it were, I feel, is the necessity to exercise the voting right of an individual. My friend Ajay Mishra very clearly mentioned that when you don't fight for things, then you don't, and you get it just like that, don't value it so much. You know, the Constitution of India, many people would have said, but at the risk of repetition, I would say is one of the largest,
media friends, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I am not prepared to say any words, make any speech out here. But I know one thing, that Mr. G.V. Rao has been tirelessly making efforts to bring about awareness among people about the importance of voting in the democratic process. There are very few individuals in their own capacity, with their own resources, mark my words, with their own resources, making such an effort. It's commendable. I must compliment Mr. G.V. Rao and his team who are making these efforts. As we all know, we are having a day called National Voters Day, which is celebrated on 25th of January. It happens to be the, Election Commission Formation Day. They put a lot of resources, they conduct various programs to spread awareness among the people about the importance of voters. I don't want to tell you how important it is to vote in the democratic process. Unless people come forward, if they don't vote, democracy loses its meaning. That is the beginning of any democratic process. Government has been making efforts to bring more and more people to come and vote and value their vote. As somebody rightly said, voting itself is not enough. This whole idea of what